If you've had students create folders so they can share work with you, or they're just sharing straight documents for assignments, you might notice that your drive or shared with me gets really, really full. And even with organizing the documents into different folders for each student and having them do that for you, if you want to grade an assignment, you might think, God, I got to go into every single kid's folder. Well, you don't. There is a way that you can have students turn in their assignment, and you can see all their assignments on a specific spreadsheet. What you need to do is create a Google form, and it's very simple to do. You click on Create, and you pick Form, and it will come up with the form menu. You can pick a theme if you want. There's a few different themes. I like purple, so I'm going to pick Purplicious, and I say OK. And I'm going to title my form Turn in Assignment Form. And it's very simple. You only need a couple questions. First name, you type in first name. It's not going to be a multiple choice under question type. It's going to be text. You do want to make it a required question, or they can skip it and not put their first name in. So I can check off required question. And now I'm going to add another item. It's going to be text as well. So it will be last name. Text. Make sure you make it a required question, because otherwise they won't have to put in their last name. Then you'll add another item. And this one is going to be choose from a list, because you can always come in and edit and add more assignments. This is going to be assignment title. And I guess I could spell it right. Choose from a list. So you can add the options for the different assignments. So maybe it's fall book report for one. Might be one thing they're turning in. Another thing could be math project, whatever. The best part about this is as you add, you can always come back to this form and add more project choices for them to choose from or assignments. Make this a required question. The last item you're going to add is a text item. And what it is the assignment URL. Now, what is the assignment URL, you might be wondering? Well, let me show you. Any document, even folder, that is created in Google Drive has a URL, which is another name for a web address. So this is actually the web address for my whole drive. If I went on this document request form for digital citizenship poster, this is the URL up here. So when your student finishes an assignment and you want them to share with you, all they have to do is click on the assignment, or when they're in the assignment, copy the URL. So they click to highlight the whole URL or web address, or click and drag across. They can right click and copy. Then they would go back to your form and paste it. And I'll show you what this all does later. So assignment URL, make it a required question, and then let's take a look. You might be saying, well, what happens when I want to go in and change something? Just say, for example, assignment title. You need to add some more. You can always click on a question and see how you have the editing button. I can do edit, and here I can fix assignment. And I could add another assignment. This is a living and breathing document, so it doesn't make a difference if you come next week, next month, or next year. So maybe I'll say science project. Then I come down to the bottom. You don't want to show a link to submit another response unless you want them to, if they're going to have multiple assignments. Do not publish and show the link, and you can allow responders to edit their response after submitting, just in case they made a mistake. And you hit done. Now, one thing that it kind of bugs me is you think you put the name in up here. Notice it's still untitled form up here. So you need to name it up there as well. So I will name it Turn in Assignment Form and click OK. One thing to be careful of, if you were for some reason you're using this with people outside of Adams 12, you would uncheck this, but you want the kids to be logged in so they can view the form. So, if you want to view the live form, see what the kids are going to see, you click View Live Form. And you might say, okay, well, how do they get to this form now? This is the URL, the web address for the form. So you give this to kids. You copy it somewhere, you paste it somewhere where they have access to. Now, you might be saying, well, this is a lot of gibberish, but you can create a link that isn't all this gibberish. And if you don't know how to do that, you can email one of us or ask around how to make a word a link. So if I put something in here, here's my first name, here's my last name, I pick my assignment title, and my assignment URL, I'm just going to pick this one. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to paste it, and I hit Submit. So here is edit my response, submit another response. So if they're turning in a bunch of assignments, they could click submit another response, put their name in again. Maybe I'm now submitting my math project, and it's going to be, I'm just going to pick the same assignment URL for sake of time, paste it, submit. Now, let's take a look at what you see. Now here's your form, and you might be going, okay, well, where's my responses? Click on View Responses. And here they are. It says when the assignment was turned in, date and time, which is great. First name, last name, fall book project, math book project. Well, you might be saying, well, how does this help me? Like, how am I going to see if I want to grade all the fall book projects? Well, watch what you can do. I can click here, and you can sort this column. So you could sort A to Z, which it's not going to change, but if you did a sort and you had a whole bunch of kids, it would bring all the fall book projects would appear together, all the math projects appear together, and all you have to do is click on the assignment URL link, and as long as they have shared it with you, you now see the assignment. So that's the basics of creating the form so your students can turn in assignments and you can have easily access. So my suggestion is you do the folders and have your students share a folder with you and put all the stuff in the folders, but then you also make them do this so you have easy access to be able to grade their assignments.